Hey guys, we're back with another supporting demo, and this time we're doing the Death Maiden from M3DM's collection. I love this mini. It's a very pretty sculpt. I really just love the expression on the face. The sculpt works really well with and without a base because it has a very wide bottom. However, that actually presents a different issue altogether, where you kind of have to print it like a base is attached because of how wide the bottom is. So we're going to do a little combination of some medium supports in this mixture, as well as the lights that I usually use on miniatures, and that's just can really be to support the bottom. I'm probably even going to put a couple heavy anchors at the very base just to make sure that that really heavy thick part makes it through the print. Now this doesn't have too many islands, so that's going to be good. Again, this is like a base, so we need to support it like a base. So I'm going to start checking for contact points almost immediately as I start adding supports. And I need to choose support maximum ease of removal as well as the least amount of support damage possible, and at points of the model that are going to be the least and more important. So if I can do that at the back, at the bottom, that's going to be the best thing I can do. Also guys, don't forget we are looking for subscribers, and it will really help the channel. We're still doing the giveaway this month until the end of the month, at 31st. It is done, but we are looking for subs, and just mention those magic words, give me my minis. I'll put the full description and the details as to what the giveaway actually entails in the description of the video. So if you missed it in some of our introductory videos of the giveaway, this will give you the information that you're missing. So hopefully that is clearer than the stuff I'm trying to say. And back to the supporting. This is going to be 2 of 3 this week. If you missed it, we did the Orc Barbarian, also from M3DM's collection. I do a lot of the supporting videos for those particular models because there are no pre-supporting options available for a lot of the models in the M3DM collection, and so I do a lot of the supporting here by hand, obviously, for those models. And we like to share some of that information and show you folks how we do our supporting for these particular pieces, and they come out really well. There's no damage, the models are pristine, the details all intact. So this is good technique if you want to learn something from these videos. If you glean something at all from it, I'm glad that you can. Otherwise, just enjoy the music and watching me do some supporting, which isn't exactly the most exciting thing in the world, so I hope you are learning something from it. I really want to avoid body to support contact as much as possible. I really hate doing that, but sometimes you do need it for islands in specific spots where it's just very difficult to get another type of support anchor in there. You can do the extended support tip and then anchor some mini supports from that support tip, and I do occasionally do that for fingertips and things that are really close to the body where I need to support an island, like a knuckle or a fingernail. Sometimes those are some of the most ridiculous things to try to support, like an earlobe or something, something like that. Like this earlobe, for example. Earlobes just, I don't know, they don't like me for some reason. Okay. Yeah, and in case you all missed it, I did do an intro on the software Tango from Voxel Dance. It is another slicer that promises really amazing auto-supporting. It promises good nesting tools. It promises a lot of things, actually, and it also promises all of this for the beginner to be able to grasp it right from the get-go. And I'm going to say out of the box, I don't think that that's really accurate, unless if this is the first piece of software you pick up as someone who's learning 3D printing. I actually feel like this might be more daunting than some of the other slicers that I have picked up and used. I started my journey using Photon, and that was absolute rubbish. I went to Chi2, and Chi2 was okay, but it didn't play well with my printers very well. There were just some things that didn't work, and I had to essentially work in Chi2 and then export into Photon, and then the workaround was a pain. So when I discovered Lychee, or Lychee, however you want to pronounce that one, I fell in love with this program. I mean, it literally is some of the best slicing software I've used out of the multiple slicers that I've picked up and played around with. It's got great features. It has the island detector, which, although it has its faults on occasion, it works really well to do a good detection job, at least of skimming most of the bigger islands off of the model. But that's a big help. It does give you some help. A lot of the other applications don't give you any kind of help with that whatsoever. That's something you got to do on your own. You just got to go slice by slice and kind of figure out, okay, there's an island, there's an island, there's an island, there's an island. There are some mods as well that are available for some other programs and some other applications you can run the slices through that will kind of do an analysis for you. So there are other options you have as well. Tango is interesting, though. It does offer a very interesting blend of auto supporting, and we did do some test models. I do talk about it a bit more in the video. So do check that out if you're interested in checking out Tango. It is an interesting software. The auto supporting feature does work. We have actually had some success with it, and I do not like auto supporting. I'm all about hand supporting. But it was interesting to see an auto support system that actually not only functioned, didn't crowd the model with tons of supports, didn't do it ridiculously bad, and had good successful prints. I'm going to say about 90%. Well, the prints came out all perfect. There was nothing wrong with any of them. There were some issues with some of the supporting actually not printing right. They pancaked on one of the sides of one of the models. So really good percentage of success on the actual model, 100%. But one of the support structures failed, which I thought was weird. But yeah, the model itself survived and was undamaged. It was actually perfect. There was no pancaking on it. There was no problems with it. It was perfect. So yeah, that was an interesting outcome in my opinion, because to see that work like that was cool. Auto supporting normally does not have that kind of outcome. In my experience, any experience I've tried auto supporting, especially when I started this journey a long time ago, the auto support features just don't work. They either overcrowd the model with too many supports, where you have just pockmarks and warping all over the place because you've just over supported the model too much. And then, it really all depends. I mean, the program doesn't give you any hint as far as size recommendations for what size your support should be. Or, the model's this big, you should use this kind of support. I mean, there are some recommendations based on manufacturer. There are some recommendations that you'll find on the internet. But to someone who's new to the craft of 3D printing, it is daunting to try to figure out what the best way to support and print a model is. And a lot of people... they don't make it very far in this hobby. They buy the 3D printer, they check it out, and they go, oh, they have a couple of fails, and then they kind of go, all right, never mind, this isn't for me. I know a few people who've done that. I try to get them back into it. Usually it works. You just got to show them the right way. You got to show them there's a better way to do it. The problem is that nobody really shows you how to do it at all, so it's more or less you just got to find stuff on YouTube where people educate you a little bit better. And I found a bunch of videos like that. Definitely 3D Printing Pro, Uncle Jesse, Nerdtronic. Those guys were a huge push for me learning some of the 3D printing stuff that I learned. So thank all of you guys. You guys are amazing. we are planning a few review videos actually for a couple different resin types that we use. So please stay tuned for that. We're going to demo different types of resin materials and how they look on the finished product. So that's going to be an interesting thing. I'm going to demo the different types, like mini sizes and different sizes and standard resins versus the Craftsman resin that we're upgrading everything to. So yeah, it's cool. I think you guys will be interested to see the different results that you can get on the same printer with a much higher grade resin material. And some of you probably already know that, but it is a remarkable difference between some of the basic stuff and some of the nicer resins. And it's cool too, because you can get a lot more detail out of miniatures as well as the bigger figs, but the minis really benefit from the 8K capable resins and the DLP resins. They're really great for that. They brings out all the crispness. Anyway, once you are confident you get all the supporting done, don't forget to run an export slice and check your slicing. And we're eventually going to group her into a bigger scene with some other characters, so she's not going to be printed by herself. Anyway guys, that's all for today. Thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate it. If you want more videos like this, hit that like, sub, and comment, and see you all again soon.